Hello, pirates! Welcome to Assembly. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday. Hope you're warm and cozy in your houses and that you're able to do some fun things this afternoon when we are able to all get off screen and get outside, even though it's cold. Please make sure you get outside. That's the whole objective of Wednesday, is to take a mental break, to get outside, refresh, regroup, and get re-energized for the remainder of the week. Let's start our assembly, as we start all of our assemblies, with a Pledge of Allegiance. So if you are so inclined and able, please stand up, put your right hand over your heart, crossing your chest with your hand. Your hand is resting on top of your heart. Third grade pirates, where are you? If you're out there, third grade, you are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I will pivot over to third grade. Take it away, third graders.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and the republic for which it stands, one nation under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much for that, third grade. And now we will pivot right into our school prayer, which is also a really important tradition for us here at Stevenson School. It's a reminder of the things that we hold most valuable as part of this community. And today I will have the mighty the Spencer and Hagquist Advisory will be leading us in the school prayer. So Spencer Hagquist Advisory, please take it away. Let's hear your spectacular voices sing the school prayer to us. Those of you who know how to sing the school prayer, please do so. Those of you who are still learning, please continue to learn. Everybody join in for the school prayer. Hagquist Spencer Advisory, take it from here.
Good morning. The Spencer and Hagquist Advisory is here this morning to share the school prayer.
Thank thee for the place in which we dwell,
for the love that unites us,
for the peace accorded us this day,
for the health of which we expect the more,
for the health, the work, the food, and the bright skies
that make our lives delightful,
for our friends and all hearts of fear.
Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Advisory. Outstanding work. That was beautiful. Thank you to everybody who participated. Now, a couple of shout outs. As you know, and for new families and new students, you may not know this yet, but you're learning it, art is an incredibly critical component of our learning and cultural experience at Stevenson School, whether it's dancing across the stage, playing a trumpet, sketching something, molding a piece of clay into a bowl. However we see the access and understanding of art is a really important component, in fact, a critical component to our students' learning experience. And so today, like any other day, is no exception. And I wanted to take a moment in assembly to do a very specific shout out to the 5th and 6th grade students who are currently working on some really interesting and actually quite difficult stages of shadowing, how you take something that's three-dimensional, like, let me say this, right? This is my three-dimensional LaCroix bottle, or can, right? How do I, as an artist, take that image and take it onto a one-dimensional plane? One dimension means it only has one side, like a piece of paper, right? Like it's just one piece of paper, right? It's flat. So how do I take something that's round like that, has lots of dimensions, lots of sides, and put it onto something like this, piece of paper that's flat, to make it look like it's got 3 dimensions? Well, if you look at what 6th grade is doing, and I'm going to show you right now, you'll see that they have figured out and have been taught by their mighty teachers how to take shapes like a pitcher or a cup or a vase and use the shading of the color to show the shape of the object. So making it on a piece of paper, because of the way they shaded it, the way they chose different colors to show the way that the shape is, it actually made the cup or the vase look like it's three-dimensional like this, but it's really only an image of that on a single dimension, on a one piece of paper. Isn't that amazing? And so for those of you who have never done anything like that, it's actually incredibly hard to do. I was so impressed by that. Huge props to 6th grade, and equally huge props to 5th grade, who's doing it as well. And if you look on this, you'll see them using shading with these blocks. So these are building blocks, just like we have in the elementary classrooms, right? There's all sorts of blocks down there that you can use to build things up, spheres, all sorts of different shapes. And when you look at these images, you will see that the 5th grade students are doing the same thing. They're using the shading to show the depth of the shape of the object. So cool and so well done. Huge shout out to 5th and 6th grade artists. I'm so proud of you. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Another giant shout out goes to those people who have already contributed or are contributing to both the food drive and the book drive. I mean, holy cannoli, that has just been remarkable. I invite you to watch this video to understand more and to celebrate. A giant shout out to Senora De Pietro and Mrs. Spencer for all the work that they're doing behind the scenes to help keep us moving with that. But I just cannot articulate effectively enough my gratitude to everybody for what you're doing in the midst of everything else that we have going on, that we continue to bringing books and food to the people who in our community who need them most. I'm just so proud of our community and indebted to everybody. Watch this video to help celebrate our mighty pirates in action.
Hello, my mighty pirates. Profe Day here, reminding you that the book drive is still going on and I would love for your donations. I actually recently heard from Summer, the head of the migrant education program, and she said that the kiddos are already so happy with the books that you have donated. So they're still collecting. Please keep them coming because you're making a lot of kids really, really happy. So if you have any questions about the book drive or the migrant education program, you can shoot me an email and I'm happy to help. Have a great day, pirates. Bye-bye.
Hello, Stevenson School. Mrs. Henry here, Seaside Middle School. I just want to thank you so much for faithfully participating in this food drive for our community. Take a look. Here's just one of our and it's because of your donations. You make this happen for us. Yeah, I want to tell you something that happened just the other day. We have many different types of people who use this food pantry. Sometimes it's just one person, sometimes it's families. The other day, there's a young man. He has to be maybe 18 or so, a teenager. But I can tell that he's homeless. And so he was at the pantry giving some things out. I had just received a donation of like chicken breast. So I asked him, hey, would you like to have some things? He said, I don't have any way to heat things up. And do you know, in the food pantry, he got applesauce, a loaf of bread, and I think he got one other item. I think it was a breakfast cloth. But it was all things that he could just eat while, I guess, on the go. But he turned around, and I was still stocking the food pantry, and he turned around and he told me, I didn't know that there were good people left in the world. And that message, that is for you, because you make this possible. So, sometimes we think we're just feeding people physically, but we actually are feeding their souls. Because of this loaf of bread and this applesauce, this may have been just what this kid needed to just keep fighting, keep living one more day, just to encourage his heart that you care about him, right? So thank you. Much love to you, from my heart to yours. Thanks. Bye, friends.
As you know, I asked in the last assembly for you to submit to me things in your life that bring you joy. And as I suspected, I would get a tremendous number of different responses, all of which were fantastic. And there's a couple that I just wanted to just bring to everybody's attention. So if you can bear with me, I'll share these with you. The first is Ian Evangelista. He's in 6th grade, and Ian's a new student here at Stevenson. Ian, we're really glad you're here. What Ian shared with me was this, and I'm just going to quote it because it's worth just reading directly as it is. He says, I find joy in my life when I hear my dad's truck at 4, at the time that he gets back from work, and look out the window and see his truck parked in our garage. Also, when I hear my mom coming through the gate. It's very sweet, Ian. You could seriously write a poem about that. It was an incredibly touching thing for you to share that. So thank you. Scarlett Walker, not a new student, a returning student in 5th grade. She shared with me that that she finds joy being at home. The joy that she finds being at home is enjoying the time to share the company with my family and play games with each other. Other ways she finds joy is when her dad gets off work from the hospital and he's able to come home. Thank you, Scarlett. So sweet. Really very thoughtful of you to share those things. And last but not least, the last share out from Things That Bring Us Joy is from Samantha Biggs, 3rd grader. When she wrote to me, I find my joy by snuggling my cats and helping out around the house. Helping my parents cook makes me happy. So great, Samantha. I'm sure it would make your parents even happier if you helped do the dishes too, which I'm sure you will. Okay, a couple other things and then we'll toggle on with our day. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this last weekend, the United States had the election results come through, and it's been a whirlwind, if nothing else, right? It's been just a crazy time, and I think that I want to just say to you as a community that regardless of your family's political views, regardless of whether or not your mom and dad or your grandparents or your aunts or uncles or your older siblings choose to vote Republican or Democrat or independent, doesn't matter. It's all important. All of it is important to recognize and celebrate the fact that our country is a democracy. And in a democratic state, the people, you and me, our parents, grandparents, whenever everybody's over 18, are granted the right to vote on rules for our towns, our country, our state, and even our nation. Our government system of a democracy helps us to be governed, which means like supported, cared for, and attended to by the people, by us. We get to vote on who we want to represent us. This is a democracy. And I just want you to know I feel very lucky to live in a country where we are being given this opportunity. And I'm proud of our country for holding our democratic practice in place. So I'm happy to talk with you more about that should you like to, and I encourage you to talk with your mom and dad and other adults in your life about what it means to be in a democracy, because we're lucky that we get to live in one. The other thing I want to acknowledge is that today is Veterans Day, and in years past, Stevenson School has been one of the few schools on the peninsula to actually remain open on Veterans Day. I actually did that intentionally. I find it to be really important that we spend the day together in community at school, on campus, when we're not in a pandemic, and we go to the local veterans celebration down in the park in the middle of downtown Carmel, and our entire school goes and sings a series of songs to the veterans and help them celebrate and honor all of the veterans who have served. So I think I know we can't do that today, but I wanted to spend some time during this assembly to just acknowledge and recognize the value of Veterans Day and how important it is to me personally and how much I want our entire community to respond and adhere to the value that the day marks. So I invite you to take some time to seriously consider how you are going to celebrate and honor Veterans Day. I think it's important to remember that Veterans Day and Memorial Day are not the same. Veterans Day is distinct from Memorial Day because Veterans Day celebrates the service of all military veterans, but Memorial Day honors those who have died while they were in military service. Those are some important distinctions to make note of. And for the military families that are in our community, they certainly probably understand this very well. And for those of us who are not in military, we may not understand that quite as well. And I think it's important for us to fully understand as a community. Those are very important days for us to celebrate and acknowledge as a community for our greater nation. Okay, sorry, just a lot of talking at you. The last thing I have to say to you is, as you know, now at assemblies, we have a ritual where I ask you a question. I give you an assignment. This one is a really serious and specific and detailed assignment, and I can't give you all of the reasons why, but you'll find out soon enough, and it's something special, and I want you to help me with it. Okay, so In years past, we have done this big event called Grandparents' Day, and those of you who are returning students know exactly what I'm talking about. Those of you who are new students, you don't know yet, but you will soon enough, and when we get to be back on campus, you'll know a lot more. At the end of November, right before we go into Thanksgiving, we throw this big, big party on our campus for all of our grandparents and all of our special friends in our lives who we love and we care for and we respect deeply, and we want to spend the day celebrating them and honoring them. It's a really important day next to Halloween, which is just so fantastic in so many different ways. This Grandparents' Day, we can't do that, obviously, be on campus together. So we are not going to let that stop us from making sure that we're celebrating and showering love and care and affection on our grandparents or our special friends. But we're going to have to do it differently because we're in a different time. So here's what needs to happen. And you will get lots of directions. This will not be the only time you will receive this information from me, but I'm serious. Every single student has to participate in this. So you're going to send a picture to this email that's going to be posted up here. You're going to send a photograph of yourself. And in the photograph, and it's got to be, decent. Don't make it a ridiculous one, but it's a photograph of you. If you have brothers and sisters who are in the school, it has to be of all of you all together, one photograph, okay? Even if you're grumpy at each other, it doesn't matter to me. Everybody has to participate, all siblings all together in just one family photograph, okay? One photo. And no disrespect to the moms and dads or caregivers. This is just the kids in the picture, okay? So you're going to send a picture of yourself and or your siblings to the email that's on here. Then in the picture, I don't have it with me, you're going to have a sign that's going to say something like, I love my grandma, or it's going to say, or just say, I love you. Or if it's specific to just one special friend, then you can say, I love my neighbor Susie, whatever it may be, your special friend. If it's to all your grandparents, however, you've got to be more general than that. You just say, I love you, or I love grandparents, or something like that. You're going to have the sign in the picture with you. Ta-da! Right? Super cute, sassy. You're going to send that picture as an attachment in the email to the email address that is on here that I've sent you. Make sure that the photograph is horizontal. Okay, not vertical, not like this, but like this, okay? Make sure that it's horizontal, horizons, flat, side, this way, not this way. And you need to, because we're going to put them in these, don't tell anybody. We're going to put them in a surprise. I'm not telling you any more than that. So make sure that the picture is horizontal. Send it to me, to that email that's on here no later than next Wednesday, November 18. No later than next Wednesday, November 18. If you have sisters or brothers that are at the school, all of you are in the same picture. Make sure you have your own homemade signs telling the people that are special to you what you think about them, how much you love them, and how grateful you are for them. All of that has to be submitted to the email that's on here by Wednesday, November 18. Do not worry. This is not the only time you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it lots and lots and lots. I need every single student to participate. Every single one of you has to participate because we want to honor our grandparents and our special friends, especially right before the Thanksgiving holiday. It's just really important that we take the time to be really grateful for what we have, especially right now. Okay, really talked a lot about things. Have a fantastic Wednesday. I hope you guys know how much I can't wait to see your faces again. Go Pirates! Bye.